Morning coffee talk. So I've been thinking a lot lately, just about how I've been navigating through life recently, and I thought it would be a good time to kind of share that stuff with you. I think a big thing that I want to talk about is loss and grief, and how it is that we go through that process. And one of the things that I'm learning through this is that we really have to take care of ourselves. And for me, I've really looked at myself and tried to learn as much as I can about myself and what it is that I need to do to take care of myself and navigate my own life, my choices. And one of the things that I want to say about grieving a loss is that it's really a personal thing. I don't think that there's any one right way to grieve a loss. I think that you need to kind of do it in your own ways, and you need to do it on your own timeline. And I've been noticing with myself that I get really impatient with how long this process takes. And part of the thing that I've been telling myself is that there is no timeline. Emotions come and go. When we're experiencing them, they feel like they're gonna last forever, but they don't. And I just get so impatient. Like I want to be through whatever it is right away, and I don't want to have to go through the process of feeling sad or feeling depressed or feeling whatever it is that you would feel when you're going through something. I get very impatient with myself. I push myself to go through the process faster. And the bottom line is there is no timeline for healing. It just happens when it's supposed to happen. And we really should be gentle with ourselves. I think we should be gentle with ourselves. I think that we should realize there is no timeline for this. And I think it's also really important to surround yourself with people who understand. And I think it's important to surround ourselves with people who don't place a lot of expectations on us. I've been really gravitating towards friends who their relationship is just easy. We just talk or we just hang out. There's no expectations. We don't have to make any like grand plans. We do whatever we do when we do it, and that's that. And there's no conflict of interest, and there's no like pressure to have to do this or that or the other thing. It's really nice to just be with somebody else and just have it be what it is. Another thing that I'm learning too is we all go through this in our own ways, and I think it can be really detrimental to listen to other people telling us how we should live our lives. If someone's telling you you should be feeling this, or you should not be feeling this, or this is not good for you. And I just want to say to those people, this is who I am. This is the way that I need to process this information, and you need to be respectful of that. And it's totally appropriate to set healthy boundaries and just say, look, this is what it is. It's going to take as long as it's going to take, and I'm going to deal with it the ways that I know how. And I think as long as those ways aren't really unhealthy, it's nobody else's business. And I don't think that, to me, relationships are very personal. My relationship with somebody else in my life has only to do with that other person, myself, and it has nothing to do with anyone else. So if I'm hearing somebody else have something to say about it, it doesn't really apply, because I feel like only the two people who are in that relationship know what the nature of that relationship is. It can be, a family member, it could be a significant other, it could be whoever it is that's in your life. Your relationship with that person is yours alone, and it's personal to you. And therefore, I feel like when you listen to outside sources saying anything about that relationship, it's really doesn't help. Unless you're in a really unhealthy relationship and it's hurting you, other people's opinions really shouldn't weigh in, because they don't know. They're not on the inside of that. Only you and that other person are. So that's definitely something that I've had to learn over the years, is that my relationship with every person in my life is mine alone with them, and listening to external sources, it just doesn't typically help. And a lot of times people who have something to say about anything, they're trying to protect you, or they're trying to look out for your best interests, but they don't always know all of the information. They only know what they see. So only you can truly know the nature of what those things are. The other thing I wanted to say is that I am really trying so hard to say no. This is if somebody wants me to go somewhere, somebody wants me to babysit, and I'm not up for it, I'm learning to say no. If someone wants me to do an extra shift at work and I have to give up part of my weekend time, I'm learning to say no. If I have something scheduled for myself and I know that it's going to be something that I want to do, then I'm learning to say no if someone's asking me to do something that will interfere with that. And part of the process of saying no is not having to explain why you're saying no. So rather than saying, oh, I can't do it because of X, Y, and Z, I'm starting to simplify my explanations. Like, I'm sorry that schedule doesn't work for me. Or I've already made plans, but thank you for the offer. Or I'm unavailable that day. I don't feel like we have to spend so much time explaining ourselves to other people. The bottom line is, you know yourself well enough, or you'll get to that point where you'll know yourself well enough that you'll know what you need to do to take care of yourself. And you don't have to explain that to anybody at all. The thing is, if we take care of ourselves, if we can grow our self-love enough, then we can get to this place where we're happy with ourselves and with our life, and we make better choices based on what's best for us. And that opens a whole other door of possibilities of helping take care of somebody else, and just the energy inside of you and around you changes, and all these other possibilities open up to have healthier relationships, and just more opportunities come along that will be in sync with what you want in your life. So we should embrace what it is that we can do to take care of ourselves. And then that's going to just open up so many more avenues for us. And it's so personal. You really don't have to explain yourself to anyone else. You don't have to make decisions for anyone else. You don't have to heal in a way that's in line with what somebody else is expecting of you. And you don't have to listen when other people are telling you what they think is best for you or what they think about any of your relationships or any of that. Really, so much of this journey for me is learning that I'm important enough to take care of myself. And if I can do that, I'm setting that precedent for my kids. I'm saying it's okay to take care of yourself first. It's okay to love yourself enough to put yourself first. And I'm not saying don't consider other people's feelings. I'm not saying don't consider what will happen when you make these decisions. I'm not saying don't consider how it affects other people. But I'm saying, like, yes, we can take care of ourselves, and then that allows us to love ourselves in a way that we can have a healthier life, and then we can surround ourselves with healthier relationships, healthier choices, and it will free us up to help take care of other people. So, yeah, I think in all of this loss, we can still discover things about ourselves. And every opportunity that comes along, even if it's not what we want, even if it's really hard, we can still learn from it, which is huge. So each opportunity, when it comes along, it doesn't have to be perceived as positive or negative, but it can be perceived as, what can we learn from this? How can we grow? How can I love myself more? We can find anything good that's coming from a situation that doesn't feel good. So that's kind of my takeaway in life right now, and hopefully other people can also experience some good in situations that don't feel good. Thanks for watching.